Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Here I am cooking some homemade chicken noodle soup for the soul, y'all, on this cold, weathery day. This is some celery I'm cutting up. I got some carrots. They're kind of big, so I'm kind of cutting it down because who wants to bite into a big old carrot like that? Not me. So yeah, so I'm cutting into little pieces, so I could kind of cook down faster as well. The celery and the carrots, and then I'm going to be cutting up some onions as well. I'm an onion person, so yes, one whole onion. That's gonna be added onto the soup. So yeah. The soup tastes so good. I've been doing it for years since I found the recipe. I think I found it on TikTok or on Facebook, one or the other. But ever since then, it's just been a staple in our family on cold, weathery days. Right here is some chicken tenders that I'm going to be seasoning. Lightly season it because you're also going to be seasoning the soup. So I kind of like just season it just to give the chicken some flavor and stuff, but not too much seasoning and stuff because you don't want it to be too salty when you're making the soup. I know that when I use the seasonings for the actual broth, don't go too heavy on it because I noticed that if I, like in my mind, I would still be like, oh, I need some more. But in all reality, it's eventually going to taste like it has enough salt once it finished cooking. So just be careful. I don't measure. I go by eye. But just be careful when you're seasoning, especially with seasoning that contains salt. Go light on it. Here I go just cooking up the chicken. I was going to cook it halfway, but then I would remember that I'm going to be shredding it. So I cooked it all the way. Right here I put a little bit of oil. I put the onions and the celery and the carrots to kind of like render it down and make it tender. So just cook it for like 40 minutes or until tender. Because you don't want no crunchy veggies eating a soup and stuff. And I learned this trick from TikTok. You get a Lord, I forgot the name of this thing, but yeah, you see what I'm doing. Kind of make sure that the chicken is going in between it to be easier to shred it. But this has been like the easiest way to shred my chicken, and it's been working fantastic, especially when I'm making soup or like buffalo dips and stuff like that. But yeah, this is one of the ways I kind of like went in and kind of broke up the big pieces, right? The big pieces and stuff. And then I went on, the veggies got a little tender, so I put some garlic in there, and these are the seasonings I have listed on here, for the soup. And this is some thyme. I usually crush it up with my fingers, in between my fingers, especially the rosemary, because it's like long little sticks. So I kind of like break it down a little bit, and it makes the flavor kind of like release itself, like, and stuff. So that's that. And like I said, go light on the seasoning, especially the ones that contain salt. The seasoned salt, the bouillon, the chicken bouillon, actual salt itself, and the nature seasoning all contain salt. You could go heavy on garlic powder and onion powder and stuff because it does not contain any type of sodium. And the oregano as well doesn't contain sodium. So you could taste your broth and stuff. It may taste like it's not enough, but trust me, when it cooks, it's enough. Especially when you're seasoning your chicken, it releases its salt as well that you put on there. So you just gotta be careful because you don't want to get high blood pressure. And also, The broth contains salt. For those that don't know, that's why I'm kind of going into details. But that's why I added like 2 cups of water on here, because to kind of like dilute it a little bit and stuff. Which after I made this and I tasted it after I finished cooking it, it did kind of taste a little bit on the salty side. Maybe because look at me, I'm doing it twice. Seasoning, putting a little bit more seasoning, because in my head I'm like, it's not salty enough. But yeah, but overall this was a really good soup. It's really good with some saltine crackers. I even tried it with tortilla chips, which was really, really good too as well. But yeah, and then I put in some nature seasoning and more seasoned salt, of course. And more bouillon, because I thought it wasn't enough salt. Which it was. But it wasn't as salty as I thought it was going to come out. But this pot right here that I have, I've had it for so many years. I think 13 years I've had this pot. And it done me so good. Had it for a very long time, and I ain't giving it up. Here goes the noodles. Let it cook for about probably like 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes. And yeah, this is it. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Enjoy.